Hello and welcome back to Leewit Love the channel. So I'm talking about the Jade Emperor. The Jade Emperor. So now I am on the Wikipedia article. So the Wikipedia article, like I'm looking it over and it's pretty lengthy like the other ones, but it's probably the same information, but I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna go through with it. I'm gonna include the links in the description box, and the timestamps are gonna be in the comments. So here we go. This is the Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. So from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. The gong redirects here for other uses. Whatever. The Jade Emperor. The Jade Emperor, Yudi or Yu Hong. That's the Chinese, Yu Hong. Because you know in Wikipedia they have the other languages or the other sayings of it. So then they will be in bold. So when you go into the Wikipedia, it'll the words that are highlighted, you can click on the links and it can redirect you to that. But okay, here we go. The Jade Emperor, Yudi or Yu Hong, or Chinese Piyang in Chinese cultures, traditional religions, and myth, is one of the representations of the first god. So that's who the Jade Emperor is. He's the first god. He was the first emperor. In Daoist theologies, he is an assistant of Yunashi Tianzan, who is one of the three pure ones. The three primordial these are emanations of Tao. However, some Taoists in history were skeptical of his benevolence because his buildings and infrastructures in heaven and earth were sometimes seen as interfering with many natural laws, or Tao. He is often identified with Sakra in Chinese Buddhist cosmology and identified with the Yu the Great in Chinese mythology. The Jade Emperor is known by many names, including Yu, Heavenly Grandfather, which originally meant Heavenly Duke, which is used by commoners, the Jade Lord, the Highest Emperor, the Great Emperor of Jade. Like, those are all the names that they use for the Jade Emperor. Like, okay. In Chinese mythology, there are many stories in Chinese mythology involving the Jade Emperor. He can also be regarded as a traditional figure among the White Lotus secret society. A secret society, those, okay. I don't know about the secret society, so because it's in Chinese, it's the origin is in China. So let's go. The origin. It was said that the Jade Emperor was originally the crown prince of the kingdom of pure felicity and majestic heavenly lights and ornaments. At birth, he emitted a wondrous light that filled the entire kingdom. When he was young, he was kind, intelligent, and wise. He devoted his entire childhood to helping the needy, the poor, and the suffering, the deserted and single, the hungry and disabled. Wow. As a kid, he did that. Furthermore, he showed respect and benevolence to both men and creatures after his father died. He ascended the throne. He made sure that everyone in his kingdom found peace and contentment. After that, he told his ministers that he wished to cultivate Tao on the bright and fragrant cliff. Wow. After 1,750 eons, each eon lasting for 129,600 years, he attained golden immortality. After another 100 million years of cultivation, he finally became the Jade Emperor. Using given figures, this period before his becoming the Jade Emperor lasted for a total of about 327 million years. Wow. So eons, 129,600 years. That's 360 to the second power years. He attained golden immortality. He was the emperor for 327 million years. Wow. Okay. Okay. This is Wikipedia. Okay. And this is another part, vanquishing evil. One of the myths describes how the Jade Emperor became the monarch of all the deities in heaven. It is one of the few myths in which the Jade Emperor really shows his power. In the beginning of time, the earth was a very difficult place to live, much harsher than it is now. People had to deal with a variety of monstrous beings, and they did not have many gods to protect them. In addition, many powerful demons were defying the immortals of heaven. The Jade Emperor was an ordinary immortal who roamed the earth helping as many people as he could. He was saddened because his powers could only ease the suffering of humans. He retreated to a mountain cave to cultivate his Tao. He passed 3,200 trials, each trial lasting about 3 million years. Wow. On Earth at a time, a powerful evil entity had the ambition to conquer the immortals and gods. On Earth, a powerful evil entity had the ambition to conquer the immortals and gods in heaven and proclaim sovereignty over the entire universe. What? The evil entity also went into retreat and meditation to expand its power. Through later than the Jade Emperor did, he passed through 3,000 trials, each trial lasting about 3 million years. After its final trial, it felt confident that no one could defeat it. It re-entered the world and recruited an army of demons with the purpose of attacking heaven. Oh my God. The immortals, being aware of the threat, gathered themselves and prepared for war. The gods were unable to stop the powerful demon, and it defeated them all. Oh my God. Like the demon defeated all the gods in heaven. How? Let me continue. The Jade Emperor finished his cultivation during this war. When he was changing the land to make it more livable for men and repelling a variety of monsters, he saw an evil glow radiating from heaven and knew something was amiss. Something was going on. Like, you've been missing for like millions of years. Let's see what happens. He saw an evil glow radiating from the heaven. He knew something was amiss. He ascended and saw that the evil entity was too powerful to be stopped by the gods. He challenged it, and they fought. Mountains shook, and rivers and seas toppled due to his deeper and wiser cultivation. His benevolence instead of his might, the Jade Emperor won the battle, and the evil entity was defeated. Its army was scattered by the gods and immortals. Because of his noble and benevolent deeds, the gods, immortals, and humans proclaimed the Jade Emperor the supreme sovereign of all. Wow, like that was a big battle. Like, how you gonna battle a demon? Like, the demon went into meditation. Like, he went into meditation for 3,000 trial. Each trial lasted like 3 million years. Each trial, and there were 3,000 trials. Each trial 3 million years. So that, like, he was missing for a minute. I'm like, oh my God, like that was like it will change it. That's like a story, but it's a myth, you know. This is a myth. I'm like, wow. Okay, let me go back to the story. The creation. We're on the creation part. The world started with Wu Ji. According to the Chinese creation myth, the Jade Emperor was the head of the pantheon, but not responsible for creation. In another creation myth, the Jade Emperor fashioned the first humans from clay and left them to harden in the sun. Rain deformed some of the figures, which gave rise to human sickness and physical abnormalities. The most common alternative Chinese creation myth states that human beings were once fleas on the body of Pangu. Is another myth. Nuwa fashions men out of mud from the Yellow River by hand. Those she made became the richer people of the earth. After getting tired of it, she dipped her scarf into the mud and swung it around. The drops that fell from the scarf became the poorer humans. Like, oh my god. Another myth. It's a myth, the Yellow River. She formed the richer people, like the elite, the elite people on the from the mud from the Yellow River by hand. And then she dipped her scarf in the mud and swung it around, and then those were the poor people. Like, oh my god, like, okay, you know, this is a myth. This is a myth. Another one, the cohort and the Weaver Girl. So this one was in the other article. But let's see. In another story, popular throughout Asia with many differing versions, the Jade Emperor has a daughter named Zinui. Zinu. She was most often represented as responsible for weaving colorful clouds in heaven. In some versions, she's the goddess weaver, daughter of the Jade Emperor and the celestial queen mother, who weaves the silver river, known as the West, as the Milky Way, which gives light to heaven and earth. And in other versions, she's the seamstress who works for the Jade Emperor. Every day, Zinui descended to earth with the aid of the magical robe to bathe. One day, a lowly cohort named Nu Lang spotted Zinu as she bathed in the stream. Nu Lang fell instantly in love with her and stole her magic robe, which she had left on the bank of the stream, leaving her unable to escape back to heaven. When Zunu emerged from the water, Nu Lang grabbed her and carried her back to his home. What? You pervert. Like, let me read. When the Jade Emperor heard of this matter, he was furious, but unable to intercede, since in the meantime his daughter had fallen in love and married the cohort as time passed. What? Zenu grew homesick and began to miss her father. One day she came across a box containing her magic robe, which her husband had hidden. She decided to visit her father back in heaven, but once she returned, the Jade Emperor summoned a river to flow across the sky, the Milky Way, which Zenu was unable to cross to return to her husband. The Emperor took pity on the young lovers, and so once a year, on the 7th day of the 7th month of the lunar calendar, he allows them to meet on a bridge over the river. Wow. The story refers to constellations in the night sky, the star Vega in the constellation of Lyra, east of the Milky Way, and Nu Lang is the star in the constellation. So it talks about it in the 7th day of the 7th month. But in the other article, it's said to be the Chinese Valentine's Day of the 7th day of the 7th month. Is the Chinese Valentine's Day, when the two lovers meet, when they get to be together that one day. This is talking about the stars. Under the first quarter moon, the 7th day of the 7th lunar month, around August, the lightning condition in the sky causes the Milky Way to appear dimmer. Hence the story that the two lovers are no longer separated on that one particular day each year. So it's during that time, the condition of the sky, the Milky Ways, it can appear dimmer. On the 7th day of the 7th month of the lunar calendar is a holiday in China called Qi Si Festival, which is a day for young lovers, much like Valentine's Day in the West. In Japan, it's called Tanabata, Star Day. In Korea, it's called Chil Soik. In Vietnam, it's called Dat Tich. And if it rains on that day, it's said to be Zuinu's crying tears of happiness for being reunited with her husband. Like, oh, that's so cute. So when it's raining on Valentine's Day, the seventh day of the seventh month, and it's raining, she's crying tears of joy, like she's happy to be with her person. I'm like, oh, okay. That story was called The Cowherd and the Weaver Girl. That one is the one with the Valentine's Day. The Zodiac one, I remember the Zodiac one because I was like, oh, the cat and the rat. But let's go. Let's see what this one says. The several stories as to how the 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac were chosen. In one, the Jade Emperor, although having ruled heaven and earth justly and wisely for many years, had never had the time to actually visit never had the time to visit the earth personally. He grew curious as to what the creatures looked like. Thus, he asked the animals to visit him in heaven. The cat, the cat being the most handsome of all the animals, asked his friend, the rat, to wake him on the day they were to go to heaven so he wouldn't oversleep. The rat, however, was worried that he would seem ugly compared to the cat, so he didn't wake the cat. Consequently, the cat missed the meeting with the Jade Emperor and was replaced by the pig. Oh. The Jade Emperor was delighted with the animals and so decided to divide the years up among. Oh, what happened? Divide the years up amongst them. When the cat learned of what had happened, he was furious with the rat, and that, according to the story, is why cats and rats are enemies to this day. The cat can be seen as domesticated tiger or leopard, the third of the animals in the classical Chinese zodiac text. The cat, however, does not have a place in the Vietnamese zodiac, replacing the rabbit. So I always thought the rat replaced the cat, but then it's saying that the cat was replaced by the pig. So it's a myth. So they're all different stories. There's stories that they're just stories. 4 dragons. Okay. Once a great drought had spread across the land, 4 dragons from the sea noticed the plight of people and traveled to beseech the Jade Emperor in the heavenly palace to bring the rains to the people. He was very busy ruling the heavens, earth, and sea, and distractedly agreed to send the rains on the next day if they would return to the sea. But soon after the dragons departed, he forgot his promise. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna make it rain. And once they left, they forgot. After 10 days, the rain still did not come, and the people began to die of starvation. Oh my God. The dragons could not simply stand by and do nothing, and so they decided to use their bodies to capture great masses of water from the sea, taking it upon themselves to bring the rain. The people were grateful and prayed their ranks to the Jade Emperor, who soon discovered what the dragons had done and became very angry that they intervened without his blessing. What? How you gonna be mad? Like, they did. Okay. The Jade Emperor ordered Mountain God to trap the 4 dragons. However, each mountain that trapped the dragon there sprang a new river. From Yellow Dragon came the Yellow River. From the Long Dragon came the Yangtze River. From the Black Dragon, the Amur River, and from the Pearl Dragon, the Pearl River. The rivers thereafter flowed from the west to east, the north to south, and the dragons ensuring that the people of China would never be without water again. Like, wow, okay. That's the 4 dragons. That was a good story. And, okay, here's another one. His predecessor and successor. The Jade Emperor was originally the assistant of the Divine Master of the heavenly origin, Yuanxi Tianzan. Wow. Yuanxi Tianzan is said to be the supreme being. said to be the supreme being, the limitless and eternal creator of heaven and earth, who picked Yu Han the Jade Emperor as his personal successor. The Jade Emperor will eventually be succeeded by the Heavenly Master of the Dawn of the Jade of the Golden Door. The characters for both are stamped on the front of the arms of his throne. So, okay. In two folk automatic writing texts produced in 1925 and 1972, Guan Yu became the 18th Jade Emperor in about 1840 AD. However, some have disagreed with Guan Yu has succeeded, and thus the Jade Emperor and Guan Yu are often worshipped separately. Teaching, the reigning Jade Emperor has 55 predecessors. Those are people that came in after him. However, this is from the point of view of the Chinese folk religion, and many Orthodox Taoists do not believe these claims to be true. So let's see. One more. Worship and festivals. Elements from the god Shangdi and his worship were incorporated into the theology about the Jade Emperor, and the two were often thought to be the same being. So they thought the Jade Emperor and Shangdi were the same? Nah. The Jade Emperor's birthday is said to be the 9th day of the first lunar month. On this day, Taoist temples hold the Jade Emperor ritual. In Mandarin, at which priests and laymen prostrate themselves, burn incense, and make food offerings. In the morning of this birthday, like I wish they had the birthday like how we would say the birthday, like November 5th, you know? But it doesn't say it. It says it like the 7th day of the first lunar month. Like, I don't know what that means. But okay. In the morning of his birthday, Chinese, Taiwanese, as well as the Hokkien, and I'm going to stop it here because now they're going into a whole bunch of other stuff, and they have a lot of links to tap into, and then I really, you would just have to tap into it. You would have to go into the Wikipedia and look up the Jade Emperor, and you'll see what I'm talking about, because they have all these links, the hyperlinks. Like once you tap it, my screen starts going all over the place. I'm like, oh my god. But that's it for the Jade Emperor with the Wikipedia links. The timestamps will be in the comments. So thank you for watching. Always leave it love. Bye.